What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos Rain, and this is the final um, final variant, I guess. I don't know. We'll just call it the current variant because I'm probably going to change it another 3 times, but just wanted to give you just a peek behind the hood and whatever you want to call it, a behind the scenes look on, you know, what you can do to min-max ultimatum and farm a whole bunch of divines and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. So, excuse me, as you see here, we are currently taking all of the ultimatum nodes, except for this one node. We do not want to run into more of these. That somehow it still gives them to me a lot. It's obnoxious, but we would prefer this one, not to run into this one. We want to kill stuff because killing ones go a lot quicker than the waiting around, but because we have encountered this a whole bunch, just reducing the time is really good. We are juicing our loot by also juicing the difficulty, quote unquote difficulty, because we are taking this node, all of everything is doing 50% less damage in ultimatum. They do ruin, but if you kill them fast, you don't really have to worry about it, and the boss doesn't apply any ruin, so unless you have the ruined ghost, you're fine. This disables all ruined monster spawning nodes. We have a 100% chance to naturally spawn the ultimatums in our map. Currently, we are taking all of the scouting report nodes and Atlas mission nodes, so on and so forth. We want to get as much Kirac missions as possible. That's why we have all the Kirac stuff here. And I can go into more detail on what I'm going to do with that probably in the next video here. Or down the line, we'll see. We do have this spec here because we're running very easy maps. We want to just blow through them super quick, and aside from the ultimatum, which is about on average 2 to 3 minutes, you're just killing a map boss. If you want to go around and look for the league mechanic, you can. If you're in standard, you can do this farm in standard and just blow through them and get a ton of money. We are taking this node to make all the enemies have less life but do more damage. The boss, the map boss and the regular mobs don't do any damage anyway. They're just gonna die instantly. We do not have any map effect because our maps are pretty bare bones, bare basic. We do have more nodes here for the scouting reports, Kirac missions, singular focus, so we can drop more mesa maps. We are specifically running white or blue mesa maps. Because our scarabs, we are taking this. We want most of our unscribed ultimatums to have to do with currency, which means divines or exalts and nulls, whatever bubblegum you want. Doesn't really matter. More ultimatum nodes. We have this. This just gives you free stacks of catalysts. But yeah, you can just take this node if you want to have increased chance without the scarab, but I'm doing the scarab because, it makes more sense. Now, we are taking shrine nodes, all of the shrine nodes, and the reason we're taking these nodes is to go zoom. We are blocking all of the league mechanics that aren't ultimatum, and you don't have to do this, but this is also going into the future of the farm a little bit. If you want to drop a lot of the excess nodes here and go into map effect and juice up, it's a simple spec to juice up all the map effect here, and a couple nodes here, a couple nodes here. You should have more than enough after unspecking all of the Kirac and all this to rejuice your maps. And if you do that, you can get a lot of ultimatum scarabs to drop in the maps that you're farming for ultimatum. You can also, excuse me, you can also add increased scarab drops if you wanted to. I'm doing T16 mesas. You can do whatever map you want, but mesas is super quick, so I'm doing it. Now we are spawning blue altars, but we're not taking any of the blue altar nodes because we don't care about the blue altars themselves. We just want the invitations. And the reason we want them is because either we can bulk sell them or we can decide to use them and farm for the forbidden jewels, and there's all kinds of other stuff you can do, and might as well. It's literally free loot at the end, so just figured give you an explanation of that. But yeah, that's our tree. Let's go ahead and go into what else we're doing. So all of our maps, we have 10 maps here rolled with temporal chains. The reason being is because we want to we want to blow through these maps as fast as possible. Now you can annul or whatever if you want to get rid of the boss life. This will probably make the boss a little more take more than 2 seconds to kill, but oh well. We'll just put it the last map. But yeah, the rest of these just super easy. You don't really care about any of the mods. It's blue. The item quantity, rarity, pack size, all that doesn't matter. All you care about here is temporal chains. Because you're running all of the shrine nodes and we're taking domination in our map device, we will be getting a decent amount of shrines for free. They will then double up, and then they will then last like upwards of, I'd like to say like 2 minutes, which oftentimes is the entire ultimatum. They might last longer, I don't know, but you can up the map effect for this specific reason. That's why that's why these nodes, I guess not why these nodes, but these nodes are actually okay for that. That does increase the effect of temporal chains just a bit. But yeah, then as we said, we're doing domination. The scarabs we were using is we want the ultimatum to only drop catalyst. We want to transform all catalysts into inscribeds. We have more drops and more experience, and we are always spawning a unique boss. Now, as I said, you can drop these and just do the map. It's like 50% chance to do it. In my experience is 1 in every 3 maps, but that's just, I think it's because it's a 50% increase on its base chance. I don't know exactly what is, you know, how they work. But this just guarantees it, and we're farming for the helmet, so that's basically it. Maybe we drop 8 forges, doubtful. I've farmed a lot of these. Now, if you want a kind of a peek behind what we're looking at, this is all of our helms. We're farming for 1 more, and then we're going to go on another corrupt spree. We also have been getting a ton of these shields. At the moment, I'm just dusting all of the extras. I think I have like 7 left. I thought about double corrupting them and whatnot, but nobody's using them, and even the cool shiny ones are not that expensive. So corrupting these might have to wait because there's, it's in league, it's past in league basically. PoE 2 is out, but that being said, yeah, that's what we're aiming for is those masks, and we're trying to make cool transfigured masks here. No more pricing, and just, I don't want to sell them in my collection. So then we go here, and this is another look. This is all of the currency we have. Annulments, scourings. We have more scourings at the end. It's all chaos orbs. We have Calm's Heart, Abrath's Hooves, Nurse, Kitava, Cold Iron Point. And then we have Exalted Orbs, Divine Orbs, more Divine Orbs, and more Exalted Orbs. These are all 4 stacks of Exalted. Oh, that one's a 1. This one needs to go here. Cool. Then we have some, random things. Impulse's Broken Heart, Queen of the Forest. I don't even know what that is. I have to look it up. Hero's Ire, Ezrean's Reward, Ezeneth's Gentle Touch, Call of the Brotherhood. We've vendored like 4 of these. We just kept 1 because whatever. Wind Ripper, Gentle Touch again, and some just random decently good ones. And then we did hit this, which is pretty decent. Half of a Mirror Shard essentially is pretty solid. Mirror Shards are 20D, or no, Mirror Shards like 40, 50D? I don't know. They're expensive. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and run a map real quick. We are, Mesa, Temporal Chains, where Monster Life can't be stunned, Domination, and show you a little bit what it looks like. Now you have to be careful what flasks you use. I'm using defensive flask, and one of the defensive flasks that I normally use is a fire res one with curse immunity. You don't want curse immunity if you're trying to self curse here. This is a kind of self curse that for this specific thing you can do. Um, you don't have to go this far. This is just kind of what it is like to min max it. As you see here, even my grace period is ticking down slower, which is kind of cool. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Put it back on. Now I have more mana to spare, and yeah, let's go ahead and do this. There we go. So we're almost always at 10 tailwind stacks. Onslaught's permanent. And then another big thing you can look at is our shrines. Let me just do this real quick. These are all leveled up. That's good. What are you? Berserk? No, can't level you up. As you see here, the shrines are taking forever to tick down. We can just kind of stroll through the map, go and grab all these shrines. Ooh, it's a divine shrine. That's a little... yeah. It's gonna be cool if I get it, but... got it. And let's see, yeah, the divine shrine takes down slower too. So there's that. Alright. So this is the easiest one, the one you want. I can run over there and grab that shrine if I want to, but it's not a big deal. But because we're using Ellie flasks, we want to really take the Ellie nodes with a caveat that you be careful if you take the fire nodes. Now they can't directly kill you, but with all of the other damages that can, incidental damage that can come, you got to be careful. The Chaos Dot one, we actually have the Pantheon that is giving us, I think, 40 Chaos Res, I think, or something odd against damage over time, which puts us a pretty decent amount of Chaos Res for that. I think they were at like 68 or something like that. So you can do that if you want. You can also go to 70 res and then just basically ignore it. Now, because we have a lot of life leech, a lot of attack speed, um, our projectiles are going everywhere and all this whatnot, we decided that because we don't need a lot of damage for these, we can actually just put life gain on hit. Life gain on hit is just life on hit, so you just get a big chunk of life every time you hit something with anything. Since we have splash and AoE, we tend to hit a lot of things all the time, and our health bar just doesn't usually move very much because of it. And, if we're hitting a million things and with life leech and 10% of the leech is instant, all that shenanigans, we can just sit here and literally ignore the mechanic, ignore all of the stuff. Everything also has less life, and, you know, they're quote unquote harder, but yeah. So, so what we do here is we wait for him to start his animation. We blink to him and we try and burst him. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get it right there. Um, Alright, well, you can make chaos here. You can click these to get chaos orbs if you want them. Boop. Those don't give you anything, but we got 2C. Hooray, we're rich. Helm? Yes, we're done. Well, that's perfect timing. We got 9 tainted. That's good. Then we got whatever that is. Find beauty, huh? Fusings, primordial. the goal, regal, warlord, chaos word 20, calm spirit. Nothing crazy. Now here's the other thing. You know, if you're doing this in standard or whatnot, then this is just kind of irrelevant to you. But we do this because we're still playing the league until the end of the league. And then we just kill the map boss. And it doesn't look like we triggered the thing here. So, oh, there it is. Atlas mission from Kurek received. So I'll explain to you on what I'm doing with all these Atlas missions after this video. But as you see here, we got some decent things. I have to look up that, but I'll look it up later. And all of the bad ones, we just vendor 5 to 1. Mainly, I get Chaos Orb ones out of them, so it's not too worth. If you have someone you can donate them to and they wanna deal with it, I would recommend maybe just doing that. It's just so much work otherwise. Let me just deposit all these. But I have had drops where I got the 8 Divine Orb one and then it duplicated, and that was just a pretty huge hit. I did get the half a mirror shard, which is 20 plus div, and overall the cost for scarabs has been paid for and then some just off of my Divine Orb ones. I have 20 here, and then another for 8 or 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. That's 11 plus 20, it's 31 div. I only spent like 20 something on all of my scarabs. Maybe a little more. I'm not positive on that. And just overall, I've made a lot of value. As far as the helms go, I could sell these or sell them double corrupted if I wanted to. Thing is, it's in league, they're probably not going to sell. So I'm basically doing this farm out of pocket, and this is a really good way to pay for all of the scarabs and pay for all of the grinding and everything like that, so I can just continuously circulate currency and get more and more and more. Now my last batch I had around 50 or 60, and I sold them for like a little, I think it was a 12D loss, just so I can get rid of them. I just didn't want to deal with them, didn't want to run them, and giving someone else an opportunity to profit, it's perfectly fine with me. I don't care. I have enough stuff, and I have enough stuff that I can sell, liquidate, so on and so forth. That being said, you can do you can run them, you can get even more profit than I did, or you can sell them. Doesn't really matter how you do it. It's at the end of the day what you decide. I'm sure this farm is going to be really good for a lot of people just looking for a lot of, nickel and dimey stuff, because you have so many ultimatums that just give you chaos. This is like 300 or 400 chaos worth, and like that's nothing to scoff at. It's not a lot either. It's only like 2D, but you got to think this is just the stuff I have now. I've given away so many tabs worth of these, and annulments, scours. Just recently where I decided to save just currency ones and not give away all of them, and now I'm vendoring most of the trash ones 5 to 1. But yeah, if you didn't know, you can actually vendor these 5 to 1. It's really rare for you to get anything worth anything. I think Divine Beauty's worth something. That's trash. Let's see. And most of the time, like 99% of the time, we get garbage. We got scourings. Now we are giving those to a friend because he uses scourings to craft. So, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much the farm in a nutshell. As always, take it easy, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video.